Hello, this is Suzanne, the writer and photographer for the blog Barking and Barkers. We are documenting our journey north up the Pacific Crest Trail with my dog, Chloe Rue. And we are coming into you with a brief rundown of day 8, 9, 10, and 11. Because my phone has been dead up until this point. As you can tell, we're in a hotel room, and it's sunset out there, kind of stormy today. We had a rough couple days on the trail with my phone being dead, and Seth's phone was at like 3%, and we just went through a lot. So last time we chatted, I said we were hoping we'd get out of the snow that day. We were pushing hard miles. We said 20 miles we'd be out of the snow. And we got 7, and we had this huge snow ridge that we had to go up over. And after we went up this snow ridge, it was a little bit sketchy. The left side was safe. We were basically climbing up, like bouldering. The right side had some cornices and avalanche risk going on. So we made it up. We made it across. It was super fun. And then we got lost and lost the trail. And we're hiking lost for a long time and finally found our way back to the trail. And we only made it 7 miles that day instead of 20. So we were still in the snow. We were getting kind of frustrated at that point. So we just, we kept going. And that night we camped out in the snow again. Then we woke up the next day, and it was the worst day on the trail. I published my blog post about it today, so you guys maybe have already heard about this, but we had just the slushiest snow. It was rough, and we kept falling and having to self-arrest, and I, fell into a tree well and self-arrested just in time. Otherwise, I would have gotten hurt really bad. And yeah, we plugged along, and we're following this super steep ridge that had this glacial river underneath it. And it was moving super fast, just chunks of ice coming off of it. And we had some trees falling down around where the trail was too, which was kind of scary. So we were mountaineering on that ledge that led down to the river for miles. It felt like miles, for hours. It's probably more hours than miles. And then we realized we had to cross the river. So we did this whole river crossing, and it was rough. So it was called Fleece Creek, and we made it to the point where you had to cross the river. We realized the trail was on the other side of the river, and we began to look for a good place to cross. Especially with dogs, river crossings can be a little bit scary. And Chloe likes to run across logs. So we did find a log that went across the river, and we thought we would use that, but it was up above the river, probably 10 feet, and maybe a little higher. But Chloe and I went across first, and we were fine. And then Seth and Freya went across, and her leash got caught on a branch, and Freya went down into the river, and she was like dangling there, kind of doing a little swinging thing. And as she swung this way, Seth was able to hold on and keep his balance. But once she shifted back and started swinging the other way, he lost his balance and also went down into the river. So thank God neither of them were hurt. They were both fine, but it was super scary. I thought I was going to have to call SOS, and I got across the river. We got them both out of the water. We got them both warm. And we had to camp in the snow again. So that was one of those days where we only made it 4 miles. We were running out of food. We were ready to get off of the trail, and we were all pretty shaken up by that experience. So yeah, that wasn't fun. And then the next day, we hiked across the river, successfully made it across, found the trail, and the snow began to dissipate. So it was like that one last super tough day before the snow let us go. And once we were snow free, we were in this absolutely beautiful canyon area. It actually killed me not to have my camera. It absolutely killed me because the periwinkles were blooming, and I don't know if they're actually lotus flowers, but they're the flowers that like open up completely full, and they were on trees, and there were yellow and white ones, and then there were purple blossoms on trees as well, and we were just following this canyon. It was absolutely beautiful as long as we followed the canyon. Loved it, and we made it out of the snow, and that was awesome. Excuse me. But then we started to climb uphill again, and where I thought it was going to be interstate and catching a hitch and getting out of it, we still had 15 miles to go. And it was going uphill, and we saw another patch of snow, and I'll be honest, I completely lost it. I was so upset. I thought we were free of the snow. We spent like a whole day and a whole night free of snow. Then we have to go all the way up this hill and run into more snow before we can get to Mount Shasta. And unfortunately the snow still involved some mountaineering expertise, but it was way better, thank God, because at this point we didn't have any way to navigate because we lost the map and the Garmin and both of our phones in that river crossing fiasco. So we were able to stay on the trail. We hiked, and it felt like the longest hike ever to get to Mount Shasta, and then we caught a hitch. Took us an hour and a half to catch a hitch, but we did. And I mean, it is kind of hard to catch a hitch when you've got dogs. I understand that. We had one lady who pulled over in like this super nice Mercedes and saw our dogs, and she was like, I don't think you guys are gonna fit. It's like, girl, you don't want our smelly butts in your super nice Mercedes. I didn't say that, but I certainly thought it. And we caught a hitch from a really awesome girl. Her name's Sydney. She's a PCT dreamer. She wants to hike it this year, quit her job, got ready, and then the snow has been just kind of crazy. So she's thinking that she'll start it in July, and right now she's just like road tripping and awesome and looking at trail conditions and deciding where to start. I'm like, girl, you are so cool. So we actually got dinner with her too while we're in town, and now we're in Mount Shasta. I'll tell you about Mount Shasta. I fit in here so well. It is like hippie town. It is so cool. We went to this restaurant. It was called the Yak, and the burgers were so good. And we had like garlic fries and this salad. I had a cranberry salad and massive burgers that were to die for, and we ate those, all of it. We ate the whole thing and it was awesome. That's been my favorite restaurant so far, but we've gotten some good breakfast too, and there's an Italian place that I'm pretty excited to try out tomorrow. But there's like lots of crystal shops and healing centers, and there's this pool of water that's called the Headwaters, and there is like people will go there for like healing experiences, and we were invited to a drum circle while we were at the Yak to like just go there, participate in a drum circle. Just, yeah, we didn't go, we were too tired, especially after we ate all that food. So now we found a hotel. I like it. It's a boutique hotel. It's pretty cheap, but it's dog friendly. And they did our laundry for us, which is so nice because the laundromat was closed. So our laundry is getting done right now, and we're taking a couple extra days because of how insanely rough the trail was this week. So resting up, can't wait to get back on the trail, kind of, because we're gonna climb right into snow again. But this time we are prepared. We have maps with like the bailout points that we're gonna take. Everything's gonna be fully charged. It's 150 miles from here to the next potential town, but there is a road that goes between there. So if we need to, we can hitch from that road and get out of the snow. And that there's a couple parking lots and a couple forest roads that we can take out if we need to. So we have those all labeled. We have plans to get out of the mountains if the snow is too crazy. And we've decided that if it's like it was and it's affecting our mental health and our physical health, because we don't need any broken legs this year, or ankles. God, I thought Seth's ankle was gone, but it's fine. We're good. We made it through, and we're not going to break anything. We're going to hike and do as much of the PCT as we can, but hopefully we can stay healthy and make it through safely. So I'm healing up. I had blisters all over my feet. You can see my lips. It was really, really bad. And I got Aquaphor with UV protection today and highly recommend it. It's already looking a lot better. I don't know if you want to see the blisters on my feet. I might not show those. It's pretty bad. But yeah, that's been the last 4 days. It's nice to rest. I found a yoga class tomorrow I'm going to go to. It's just a regenerative yoga class, but this is totally a town where I fit in. So hopefully we can go to a drum circle while we're here too. And we've met some really cool people who live in schoolies and who live in vans and who are just car camping. So it's kind of my scene. We're doing good though, and I hope you guys are too. Dogs are healing up super well. Freya had a couple sores on her paws from the last couple days, but you can see that they're almost healed up. So it's going to be good that we have a couple days to rest, and that'll get totally healed, and then she'll be golden for the trail. So wishing all the best. Happy tails, happy trails. We'll catch you this weekend when we're back out there. Cheers.